Hi student, I'm Sukwant. I want to take 1 minute from your precious time in this video. All questions are given for exam practice. You can do your good practice and you can achieve your desired score. Thank you. I will you soon.
Take the coffee industry. The figures are roughly these. The coffee market in the world is worth about 60 billion. The growers get 5.5 billion. 10 years ago, the market was about 30 billion and the growers got a third of that. What has happened? What has happened is that well-meaning people, Americans, Germans, Europeans, decided that they would help Vietnam. And so they created a coffee industry there, which is now the second biggest producer in the world. This has serious effects on other countries like Colombia that depend on coffee exports.
A mild form of hallucination is known as a disturbance, and can occur in most of the senses above. These may be things like seeing movement in peripheral vision, or hearing faint noises and/or voices. Auditory hallucinations are very common in schizophrenia. They may be benevolent, telling the subject good things about themselves, or malicious, cursing the subject, etc. Auditory hallucinations of the malicious type are frequently heard. For example, people talking about the subject behind his or her back. Like auditory hallucinations, the source of the visual counterpart can also be behind the subject's back. Their visual counterpart is the feeling of being looked or stared at, usually with malicious intent. Frequently, auditory hallucinations and their visual counterpart are experienced by the subject together. But we can really thank the Great Exhibition of 1851 for giving us the world's premier taxi service, for it was going to this exhibition, and this fabulous exhibition invention from all around the four corners of the empire that the visitors were appalled, dismayed and vexed by their journeys to this exhibition because the cabbies of the day, and their horse-drawn carts were absolutely terrible, could not find their way to this exhibition, and so, a great public outcry. The London authorities sets up Public Carriage Office, which is an organization that still exists, and you can take a short walk to Penton Street up the road, and this Public Carriage Office took on the responsibility of licensing all major taxi drivers in London. All taxi drivers from 1851 onwards had to pass what is now known as the London Knowledge, was phenomenal knowledge of London. What is the London Knowledge? It's the ability to remember the 25,000 streets, have it all interconnected and all the main arterial roads in and out of London. Cabbies need to know all this plus 1,000 points of specific interest. Cafes, bars, public offices, they need to know them all as part of their training.
Let's take a look at this video of these little kids. They were offered the option of having 1 marshmallow immediately now or 2 marshmallows 15 minutes later, and you've got some very cute videotape of this experiment. So let's take a look. Okay, what we found is a very simple and direct way of measuring a competence that seems to make an important life difference. A researcher tells these pre-scholars that she's going to leave the room if they wait for her to come back without eating the marshmallows. They'll get 2 marshmallows, or they can ring the bell and she'll come back right away, but then they only get 1 marshmallow. I would, baby, though you won't ring the bell. Okay, looking at children over time. Dr. Michelle has found that being able to wait longer at 4 has some pretty powerful implications, and what are those powerful implications is that later in life, they're more disciplined and have more self-control. Is that pretty much it? Well, they are more likely to achieve their life goals. They have better relationships. They did better on their SI. Is crazy, all because they waited 15 minutes for Don't Wash Me, and I think it is crazy. I probably would have eaten all 3, but yeah, me too. But you know, actually yes. The ability to be able to pursue your goals. In this case it was stabbed 2 marshmallows versus 1, and not going automatic and just grab the marshmallow is a very important skill. But I think a main point in mind in the making is that these skills can be cut if you're 14 or 40 or 4. It's not ever too late, and any child can learn them, any adult can teach them, and it's never too late. A language dies when the last person who speaks it dies. But you know, sometimes people say it dies when the second last person who speaks it dies, because the last person has nobody to talk to. Well, of course, languages have come and gone throughout history as communities have come and gone. But what's happening now is something really quite extraordinary. Well, there are about 6,000 languages in the world at the moment, more or less. Nobody knows the exact number. Of these, people think that about half of them are so seriously in danger, are likely to die out in the course of present century. Now the present century is 100 years, half is 3,000 languages. So, that means one language is dying out somewhere in the world average every 2 weeks. There are all kinds of reasons why languages die. One is physical reason, when people are affected by famine, disease, and earthquake. Another is genocide, when some countries deliberately stamp out a small language. The main reason is globalization. That is, some huge languages in the world, like English, Arabic, Spanish and French, and these are like steamrollers crushing the smaller languages they find in their path. A great deal can be done to preserve endangered language. The first thing is that the people themselves must want the language to be preserved. That's very important. The second thing is that the powers that be must want the language to be preserved. They must be respect for the minority languages in their care. The third thing has to be there, of course, is cash. It costs quite a lot of money to preserve an endangered language. Think about it. You have to train the teachers, you have to write books for the children and all sorts of things. It doesn't cost extraordinary amount money, but it does cost a bit. So without money, endangered languages don't have a positive future.
Thank you for watching this video. Will help you a lot, and subscribe our channel Vital PTE Academy to see more education related videos of PTE Academy. I will meet you in next video.